Hello again everyone, Vanguard of Valor here. Welcome back to another episode of The Last Federation, where we have started to build up our interplanetary friendships here. The Skylaxians, Nevox, and Thraxians are all very slowly starting to respect each other, which is great. We need to get a bit more friendship going on between the Evox and the Skylaxians, which is unfortunately difficult because the trade doesn't want to happen. That's the easiest way to do it. But that's fine. We're actually going to trade some technology for them there. That'll get a bit more friendship. And it'll make the Evox like us a little bit more. I don't know if we can trade much else to them. We have a couple powers here. The Skylaxians are generally pretty good at getting technology. It does cost us a bit of money to have that happen, but that's fine. This will make the relationships between them get a little bit better, though. There we go. And I think we do that. We'll give them mind reading. Yeah, that'll give positive order trends a more powerful effect. Mind reading Thraxians or Evox is something they already have, I think, but apparently not. So let's do that. There we go. We can give them psionics as well, which is very nice. That means the scientific research is vastly improved. So let's give them that one as well, because why not? We want a super scientific race, space race going on here. The Evox like us for getting this technology given to them. We can give them optical computers if we wanted, or vibro blades. I don't necessarily want to give them vibro blades because I don't really have that kind of thing going on, but this lets them build more ships, so we'll do that as well. It costs us a lot of money to be giving these trades, but this does give us a better friendship between these races, which is pretty useful. Having some Evoc friendship is pretty valuable. Alright. We still can't create a federation with another race. We need to have a much more friendly situation. There should be at least 90 relationship between each other, and it costs us a bunch of money, but that's fine for now. I want to get the Skylaxian Thraxian thing going on, though. I've never had that before, and I think it's probably a pretty silly combination of names. So, if we go for friendly acts here... okay, let's go back over here, and we're going to interact with the Thraxian Queen again. We're going to get her to colonize some more moons. She has a lot of moons, apparently. Perovskite, Zenitime, Molybdenum, there we go. I don't know how many moons they've got left. We could check that out in the stats for the planet, though. Check out planet details here. We can see all kinds of information about them. For example, we can see what's going on with them. They have a housing boom. We can see what their economic situation is. We can see what their public order is, all this kinds of stuff. We should be able to see moons, though, somewhere here. Uncolonized moons, 53! Whoa! They have a ton of moons! Holy cow! So, we can deal with as many trade items there as we could possibly imagine, but for now we don't need to worry too much about that. The Evoc Elders are gradually starting to like us more, but it's going to take us a while before we can actually interact with them, which is still kind of annoying. But let's see if we can get some trade going here, because we do have some more... No. Okay, unfortunately we got pretty unlucky there with the moons we were able to colonize, and the Evocs don't need anything we have. Either that I don't have anything they can trade us, but I don't think that's right. They have a revolt against the aristocracy. Ooh. The common man is fed up. The population of the planet takes a hit, and many of those left join the AFA. Thankfully, the AFA doesn't exist yet. The AFA is the Anti-Federation Alliance, and since there's no Federation yet, there is no AFA. So that's actually fine for the moment. But yeah, this is a tricky situation. We need to start building up a relationship faster. So we're going to come in here with the Evox, and we're going to do something a little bit quicker. That'll get us a big boost, even if it is a little bit slow. So we're going to come in here and, a little bit long rather, we're going to give them a science outpost. That'll get us 12 more influence with them, which is good enough. That'll get us into a point where we can actually do some interactions with them. It'll make us a bunch of money, but it will take a huge amount of time. So this could be a really bad idea. We'll see what happens though while we're doing it. Alright, just tech being researched, that's fine. The friendships are building, which is fine. Nobody's fighting yet, which is great. There's no wars that have broken out while we're here. That's one of the big concerns with long-time things like this. There we go. That gains us 12 influence. The main thing I was worried about there was that if we got unlucky and a war broke out, we could have been in a lot of trouble. Thankfully, it didn't wind up happening. What kind of base is this? Is this a manufacturing outpost? Okay. Interesting. If the Pelchians start building bases like this, we might decide to make them an enemy after all. For now, though, what we're going to do is we're going to come into the Evoc homeworld now that we're friendly enough to actually do stuff with them. Friendly acts. No, that's the wrong button. Evoc Elders, we can actually do stuff here now, so we can get them to do things like colonize their moons. That will make them charge more for everything we do because of our political meddling, but that's fine. Oh, they only had one moon? Really? They had one moon! Oh no, either that or they'd already colonized the rest of them. We want to get a trade deal though with the Skylaxians if we can. Perfect. Skylaxian trade deals. That'll be very useful to us. We definitely need them to be liking each other. There we go. Can we do anything else with the Skylaxians? Nope. Alright, well that's not going to happen then. That's fine. We're not going to do anything else. We have a trade deal between them though, which is good. That will gradually build up a relationship. The Thraxians are actually pretty friendly with us now. The Thraxians' evoc deal is solid. We could get them to do some other things, like, you know, go attack people if we got them to hate each other. But we don't have that going on right now. What we do want to do is deal with this whole mess. So we're going to go get a medical positive trend started here. This is the wrong button again. Evoc Elders, local deals, invest in medicine. There we go. Cost us a bit of money, but that's fine. That'll get them to start healing their medical issues. Alright, so that's actually awesome. We're starting to get our alliance in position here. We could probably actually start a federation very soon. We could definitely get the Skylaxians and the Thraxians to build up a federation now, I think. Yep, the Skylaxian-Thraxian Federation could happen. We could get that going already, but I kind of want to wait until I can get the Evox in on the deal. Because once you have a federation in place, it's a lot easier for counter-federations and other problems to happen, and I really want to get all three races in this federation to start with. So we're going to wait until we can build up both federations very quickly, and hopefully that'll be good. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to be very aggressive against the Pelchians, because we're horrible, horrible monsters. We're going to take hostile acts against them, attack the perimeter defenders, and then I think we're just going to capture their outpost and steal their manufacturing base. So, this could be a problem for us, but it should be okay. Capturing the manufacturing outpost is interesting because the other races don't mind, whereas they do mind if you steal technology or other things like that, but stealing bases is perfectly okay. So we're going to attack these perimeter defenders, get ourselves less friendly with the Pelchians. They do have 2 ships here for us to fight, which is interesting. We're going to head over this way and hopefully deal with them some serious damage. We're going to activate our spread, I guess, for now, and let's just go over this way. Oh, they're resistant to that, that's fine. We're going to spawn some ships, as we tend to, because spawning ships in the early game is a great way of getting yourselves powered up, like I'd mentioned. We are taking a bit of damage here, though, which is interesting. Is there anything else nearby we can go blow up? Sometimes these areas have some interesting features on the map. It doesn't look like this one is one of them. Alright, we're going to stay over here then, keep fighting these guys. There are 5 flagships in this battle, which is pretty exceptionally many. But overall, we're looking pretty good now. We're going to buff up our damage a little bit at the cost of 1 of each of our stats, because we don't really need the others too much right now. Switch over to armor-piercing rounds, since evidently we're having a hard time killing things. And you know what? We're just going to Giga Cannon that guy. There we go. Perfect. Get ourselves some more of that. Over this way, we're going to try and knock these guys' shields offline, so we can hopefully wipe them out. There's a whole bunch of pilots we just rescued. Pelchians. That's good. Getting more pilots will enable us to do more stuff later. I probably should switch to a different weapon while we're trying to take this guy's shields down, because the armor-piercing rounds aren't great against them. But we do have access now to the Giga Cannon. Doink! There we go, you're dead. Turn around, activate the spread shot to take down their shields. Perfect. We're going to knock out all the ships they just spawned and keep spamming lasers at them. There we go. And now their shields are basically down. Perfect. We are going to switch over to armor-piercing rounds if we need to, and we're going to Giga Cannon them as well. 1, they're dead. Perfect! End the combat. So, do we get any credits for that? It doesn't look like we made any money there, but we did knock down their stuff and got 25 pilots out of it, which means we can trade them in for funds later. We are going to capture this thing, though, before anything else happens. Capture this manufacturing outpost is going to make the Pelchians like us even less, but that's fine. All we have to do to capture it is stay near it long enough. However, there are other things on the map we can go do things with. If we destroy these commercial communications relays, it means that their entire space development will slow down for a year, which is pretty incredibly powerful. And we can blow this up to take out the ability for them to spawn enemies at us, which is probably what we're going to wind up doing quickly. So, we're going to get in here, do some more damage with our guns, try and knock out these defensive structures, there we go. And we're going to head over here to try and knock out these bases, because these things can be a problem for us if we let them accumulate for too long. So I'm going to boost through here next, and we're going to spawn another wave of ships to get through that wave of bullets unharmed. Perfect. Do some damage to all these structures. We should be able to tank a bit of this damage, because we are still pretty early in the game, where enemy races really don't have the technology that they get later on. We are taking a bunch of damage, though, so we shouldn't be too careless. We can't use our Giga Cannon, because there are no flagships in this battle. Thankfully, we've destroyed that spawning station, so we should be able to pretty easily capture their manufacturing department soon. We'll knock out their satellite relay as well to give ourselves that additional weakening element for the Pelchians. We want to keep them as inefficient as possible, really. This thing is going to demolish before we can get there. Escape pods destroy themselves after 2 rounds of being in existence, so if you're hanging around there for too long hoping to get some free stuff, and you don't go pick it up right away, you're probably not going to get anything out of it, unfortunately. But let's go capture this depot now. Nice and easy. Just sit around here whilst we capture this thing. Taking damage does make it slow down, but at the moment I'm not too worried. We're just going to sit here, and there we go. Successfully captured. We have taken a manufacturing outpost, which we can then use to help other races, which is awesome. And the Andors want terraforming specs. Okay, definitely can do that. That's an easy mission for us to do. However, before we do anything else, we're going to quickly get ourselves some security forces here to protect ourselves. Now, are these guys being attacked? I can't tell. Looks like the Skylaxians are at war with them, or the Evox are at war with them? Looks like it. Let's double check. No, they're getting attacked though, for sure. We're going to hop over here and buy ourselves some defensive units. We can buy security forces here. Let's get 10. That'll give us a somewhat terrible security force, but it'll be something better than nothing. There we go. Now if somebody goes to attack us, that gives us a bit of time to go defend it. Next up, we're going to head over to the Andor space. We're going to accept this mission. 085B is trying to fix their terraforming situation there, which will be very easy for us to get a nice positive bonus with them again. There we go. Again, all we have to do is reach the drop zone, so we're going to activate our afterburners, move up to massive speed, and just rocket straight in there through everything else. Doesn't matter. Whoop! Done! Alright. Fantastic. Now the Andors are super fond of us. We have really helped their planetary situation a lot, so that's great. And we'll be able to maybe have them join our Federation instead of getting wiped out later. So, let's go over here and see what's going on. We can attack their armadas here, which is an easy option. It looks like they're just being harassed a lot, which is fine by me. If we attack them, does the Evoc like us? No. Okay, so they're not actually at war with them. It just looks like they are. Interesting. So, what we're going to do, though, is we're going to come over here to Evoc Space, and we're going to lend them the ability to use our facility here. That gives us a plus 30 influence boost with the Evox, but it doesn't give us right away. It doesn't happen for 60 solar months. So we'll do it, but it's going to take us a while to really get the benefit from it. There we go. So this manufacturing outpost is being given to these guys temporarily. If we hop over here, we can fight some more Pelchins, because why not? We're terrible people. Attack their local armadas by ourselves. They might have a vastly outnumbering force here, so this might have been a bad idea. But we're going to do it anyway. So, here we go. Moving in. Fire off some of these abilities. We do have some support here, though. We have the Evox helping us out in this battle. We're going to boost our stuff back up to pretty standard setup. There we go. We're going to spawn another wave of fighters to help us, and we're going to try and get in here. Now, we do want to be careful, because we could take a lot of damage quickly in this kind of scenario. But we should be able to do a lot of damage to these guys nice and quick. There goes one ship. Fantastic. That Giga Cannon is amazing. We're just trying to knock down their shields so we can Giga Cannon them into the grave here. But this is why I also play at 1.5 times speed for these combats. If you go normal speed, they can take forever. That shield's down. Yep, Giga Cannon time. There we go. They're dead. Next target. I have a feeling that the Evox are going to get beaten pretty hard here for trying to fight us, which is unfortunate, but at least they're trying to help us. Alright, there's rockets running around, which are a problem. Is that an enemy ship? Oh, it is. Not anymore, it's not. Let's go back and get those captives, though. I'd kind of like to get them before they die. The Pelchins, we can go sell them later. We're taking a lot of shield damage here, but that's not really relevant still. We have a lot of rockets coming our way, but not a whole lot else, so we're doing okay, actually. If we can outmaneuver the rockets, which you pretty easily can, just by not stopping, we should be okay. There's a lot of Evox ships, actually, so we probably aren't going to lose anything on that front. They should be fine. This communications satellite is interesting. If we blow that up, they lose a bunch of public order, so we're probably going to try and make sure that happens. This is going to hurt, though. Let's just activate an ability here to make sure we don't get murdered, because we're about to get hit by a ton of rockets. So we're going to activate the Giga Cannon. I don't think that actually hit them. I thought it only hit their shields. So we're going to keep moving around. Keep moving around, keep dealing some damage. We want to try and knock out those defenses so we can hit them with another Giga Cannon soon. We only have one left, though, so we have to be careful with how we use it. We want to try and make sure we actually hit someone on the hull and not on the shields. There we go, now we got it. So we're going to fire off the Giga Cannon, murder them instantly. Perfect. We're going to swing around this way, switch over to, I think, probably armor piercing is our best choice at this point, because that guy has no shields left. Get on this side of him, he should go down pretty quick. If I can actually aim at him. Okay, let's not rely on the auto-aim. Let's just target him directly. That'll make sure he goes down pretty easy. keep targeting him, dude. There we go. Targeting that same ship, please. Perfect. There they go. And next target, we're going to go for him. He still has some shields up, though, so this might not work out so well. Ow, we took a ton of damage all of a sudden. Let's blow up all those enemy ships, clear out some of the bullets in the area, and keep fighting. We took a bunch of damage here. We might activate our Power 2 Shields ability to make sure that we don't take any damage, but it looks like we're doing okay. We're going to switch back over now to Spread Shot. These guys just do not want to die. Alright, divert power to shields. There we go. Now we're back up to full shield power again. Fantastic. Knock out those defenses. Keep moving. Now these guys have 3 flagships left, but we should be able to take them down at this point without too much more difficulty. They went down really far away, which is unfortunate. We're going to activate the afterburners here and boost over there to grab those pods, because I would really like to get them. There we go. Rescue those pilots. Coming back around this way. It's super high speed. There's some fun stuff you can do with the max speed. Come on now. There we go. Things like that. Or going all the way over here, because why not? Alright, we don't need to have that afterburner on anymore. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Whatever. I was going to try and change our path there a little, but that'll do for now. And they're dead anyway, so that's perfect. Boost up our movement again so we can get back into the side and grab those pods. Attacking anybody. I don't actually know where the last ship is. Is this it? That is it. Okay. I'm going to keep attacking these guys, and hopefully they'll go down pretty quick so we can get out of here. We just got ourselves the ability to disable gravity systems instead, because if you wait for too long before you regenerate your powers, or rather, if you use up all of the ability of your powers, you can swap it in for a different one. But we're not going to use that one. Disabling gravity weapons doesn't really help us much at all. I should really switch back to the scattergun for this, because this isn't working. Alright, scattergun it is. Blast down those shields. There we go. Now we switch back to the armored piercer. And this guy goes down. Perfect. End the combat. So, by blowing up a ton of their stuff, they lost 30 public order, which is going to really mess up their ability to do anything. We got 11,000 credits for blowing up all those ships. The Peltians super hate us now. And we got 34 Peltian pilots. Perfect. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to visit the Peltian Collective, and we'll see if we can trade them some of their crew. Less than -50 influence to get voting proxies with them. I don't want voting proxies, though. We can give them back directly and get friendship, but I don't want to be friends with them. We're going to murder them. We're also going to protect our outpost here. We'll defend our outpost against the people attacking it, because we don't want them to take it over while we're still trying to get money off of it. Unfortunately, it's the Skylaxians. No, it's the Peltians. Okay, I thought it was the Skylaxians attacking us. I was like, what's going on there? But no, we're okay. So, spam out some ships, because that's what you always do. There we go. And power back into our defenses. We don't really need to have that much engine power game. There we go. Knock down those shields nice and quick. Knock down those shields nice and quick. Very good. Giga Cannon. Game over. End combat. So, that got ourselves another 415 credit, and we saved our manufacturing outpost. There's not much else we can actually do for these guys, but they'll be fine there. Even though they're right beside an enemy planet, nothing bad could possibly happen, right? Right? Let's hop over this way to Stella Lira, a very nice name for an area. Let's see if we can't help them out a little bit more, because I do want to get ourselves a little bit more friendly with them. I can do another Thoraxian trade, so let's do that. Getting more trades going is very useful, because we need that interplanetary friendship. I think what we'll do, though, is we will make friends with the Andors. Just not quite yet. Just not quite yet. Unfortunately, this is really expensive. Creating the Federation with the Thoraxians. Oh, we can do it already. They're friendly enough. It costs a lot more money for them. Alright, then we can have the Skylaxians join in as well, and we'll be laughing. Thankfully, it takes forever for these other races to get out into space. The Acutians are going to be out there pretty quickly, but we're still looking pretty good here. We can come back to this area and attack their armadas again. They don't have much left, though, so we're not going to get a whole lot of money out of them this time. But we're going to attack them anyway. Just getting more money is very useful. Gives us a lot of other things we can do. We can also blow up this weather satellite, which ruins their environmental situation. I'm not sure that's how weather satellites work in real-life game, but I will accept your proposal as it stands. Alright, spam it in, lots of little guys. There we go. Now we can start dealing some damage. Let's get in here and try to take down those shields. So I'm going to switch over to the scatter shot, of course, so we can blast down their defenses at high speed. Once those shields go down, we can really hurt them. Although we just took a whole bunch of damage there for no reason. Alright, thankfully our drones are doing good work. We can grab some more pods there. More Peltians have been saved. In fact, we've saved a lot of Peltians, surprisingly enough. Alright, let's keep going. They've lost their weather satellite, which is going to be bad news for them. Giga Cannon! You're dead. Alright, next target. You have no shields left either. Giga Cannon! You're dead. That's such a ridiculously powerful weapon. I've never used that thing before, but it's pretty funny. Giga Cannon! Game over. Alright. We got 4,000 scrap from... 4,000 credits from them that time, which is awesome. So... 8 more of those. The Thoraxians are attacking the Pelchins. Okay, well, that's going to be a very quick death for the Pelchins. They don't have much chance of survival now. Not after I've blown up everything they've desired and built and dreamed about, and everything on their planet is in terrible shape. So, I think what we're going to do is... we might go help these guys. The Andors could afford to use some help, but I can't just deliver them spacefaring tech, so I'm trying to build up influence with the Evox, and if we lose influence with the Evox... that's going to be a problem. So, we're going to come in here, we're going to do a friendly act with them, we're going to give them a dispatch mission to get ourselves a bit more relationship, so that when we get that 30 relationship boost at the end of that 60-month period, we will get ourselves into an area where we can build up our Federation for real. What are we going to do, though? We are going to... what do I want to help them with the most? Property development? No. Medical assistance? Yes, they need medical help. So we're going to give them medical help for 20 months? Why not? 20 months. Take the action. We're probably going to watch the Pelchins die here. Whoop, hang on. That's not right. There we go. I think we're probably going to watch these guys die. As their military gets wiped out, things are not going to go well for them. The Acutians are a spacefaring race now, so we have somebody else to go attack.
These are the same
Splinter factions are attacking Castor. That's not good. For the Pelchins, anyway. That really reduces their ability to keep their ships in orbit, I think. What else does this do? Oh, yeah, just damages ships in orbit. Interesting. And the Thoraxians have taken over the Pelchins as well. Perfect.
Yep, another planet just fell to the Thoraxians.
Okay, so...
We just installed a new hive queen there.
The Acutians are our next target to go blow up. Uh-oh, hang on, that's not good. What's going on here? I kind of want to cancel this. I want to go protect our friends. The Evox destroy this. Why are they fighting? Alright, let's just finish this quickly. There we go. Why are you fighting the Skylaxians, you doofuses? Who's fighting the Skylaxians? Why are you fighting? Was this fighting happening? Who's attacking them? I'm so confused. Alright, well... Are you guys doing it? No, who's attacking them? It must be pirates or something. Weird. I don't like that. Alright, well... Who's attacking these guys? I don't know who that is. Maybe it's just pirates as well? It looks like it's an Evoc thing, though. Oh, it's a Borine ship. Huh. Must be pirates, then. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. It's pirates over here, too. Alright, let's go over here and help them save this manufacturing outpost. That'll make the Skylaxians like us. We're not going to do this Burles mission. I don't really want to get the Burles into space just yet. So we are going to help out this outpost. Hopefully get a good amount of money from them too. Is that all that's attacking them? One ship? Alright, that's kind of anticlimactic, but whatever. We'll come in here and blow this thing up. We can unleash absolute mayhem against them. Once their shields go down, they're doomed anyway. There we go. Unleash the spread shot. This thing's pretty powerful. Does a lot of damage pretty quickly. There's our shields down really fast. Holy cow. Alright. They do not want to go down. Their shields keep coming back up again quickly. Either that or they just don't go down in the first place. There we go. Now they're down. And now they're dead. Fire some Giga Cannons at them. And they're gone. And the combat. Perfect. That got us 336 credit, but 6 influence with the Skylaxians, and we saved their station. Although apparently not enough. They're still under attack, which is surprising. There's a revolt against the aristocracy here. Still going on. That's fine. We still have this suicide thing going on over there, which isn't great, but overall we should be okay here. Medical situation's improving. We have a public or economic decrease here. Let's go fix that quickly. Hop over here. We have a neutral still going on, which is great, so we can fix our economic situation. Let's start that. There we go. The Evox, Skylaxians, and Thoraxians are getting pretty darn friendly. So that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. All we need now is for this to end, so we're good there. Overall, though, we're looking pretty solid here. All of our planets are quite happy. We're gonna go back and help these guys defend their manufacturing outpost, though. We can get more money out of this pretty easy. harass more of these enemy ships, the Borines, unfortunately. So there's actually some pirate bases here. Interesting. I think I might have clicked the wrong thing. But that's fine. We're going to fight these guys anyway and blow up everything they love. So, let's go. Spawn some ships, as always. The easy way to deal with these things. And let's get in here and blow these guys up. So, they're a little bit harder to kill because we're using things that they're resistant to. But at the moment, I'm just trying to knock down the shields on these main flagship guys anyway. So this should be okay here. We have plenty of toughness to use. There we go. Blow them up. Got some more pilots. The thing is, with these pilots, if you're not going to be giving them to a... oh, they're all dead anyway. Okay, we got it. If you're not going to be giving them back to the race you got them from for influence or money, you can sell them in the slave trade. But lots of races really hate that, so it makes it kind of difficult. We did blow up the pirate base on Tiamat, apparently, instead of going over where I meant to. And let's go help these... oh, we can't. Weird. Alright, whatever. Sometimes you just can't do things that looks like you should be able to do. That's fine. So, let's go deal with these Acutians. I'm not a big fan of the Acutians, the Acutian CEOs. It was the Acutians who delivered the final blow to our race, and that ruthlessness carries over into how they handle politics, which to them is really just another layer of their capitalistic businesses. Acutian CEOs are extremely well guarded and cannot be assassinated, but we can make them fall from power by sabotaging their industry. These guys are interesting because they have a ton of different industries, and the ones that are the most power are generally the ones that you can interact with. But that doesn't matter, because we're going to try and blow their armadas up. We should be able to get a ton of money out of these guys this way, and they'll probably end this episode there. They have a lot of ships, though, so this might be a little bit more difficult than I might have guessed, but it's probably pretty much what I expected. We're going to spam in our ships now to help us take out their firepower early on. The Acutians are often very fast-moving, which could be a problem for you, but we'll see how it goes. We are taking a bazillion damage at super high speed. Holy cow, alright. Divert power to shields. And we're in trouble here. This might not have been a good idea. Let's get out of here. We're going to activate the afterburners, and we're going to bail out of here. Getting out of there. Alright, we're going to keep getting out of there. If they chase us, that's fine by me. Alright, you want to chase me all the way down here to the corner of the map? Fine, be that way. I will meet you when you get here. And if you're that ship, yeah, we have a Giga Cannon with your name on it. Alright, Giga Cannon! They're dead. Perfect. They are sending some more ships our way, though. These guys are going to be trouble, because they're definitely obliterating us. We can run away if we need to. So we might wind up doing that. But we'll see what happens first, I think. Let's move again. Now we're going to switch guns. Minigun or spread shot? Minigun, I think. At this range, the minigun is still quite effective against these guys. For knocking off shields and whatnot. And then we can use more of our Giga Cannons on them, because we're awful like that. Not sure if we can even move much further in this direction. The game doesn't seem to mind, but I am really just running away from the entire battle here. Alright, now they're down. We blast them with the Giga Cannon. We blast them again with the Giga Cannon, I think. Nah, they don't need another blast. We should be able to take them down with normal attacks. There we go. Turning tail, next target. So, this is a bit of a pain here, this battle, but we'll do what we can to make sure we don't die a horrible death. We can blow up all those guys, which is probably a good idea. And let's keep moving. If we can get these shields down, it'll be a lot easier. We can Giga Cannon them again, but we have to get the shields down first, is the problem. And they have a heck of a lot of shields. There's another one. Hello, friend. You get to get Giga Cannoned immediately. Doink. How much health do you have left? I didn't miss you? Didn't miss you that time, though. Lots of rockets in the air. Let's try to avoid those. Thank you very much. Let's go for this guy. He's exposed himself a little bit. Running out of Giga Cannon shots isn't great, but we should be okay once we can knock down some more of these flagships. Ooh, that was close. Alright, there we go. Now their defenses are down. We're blasting the Giga Cannon. Fantastic. I think we actually hit that guy in the back there, too, which is fun. So, let's switch over to the armor-piercing rounds so we can help kill this guy a bit quicker. There we go. He's down. Go for the guy we shot with the Giga Cannon round earlier. Should probably switch off of this because this is going to take forever. Scatter shot it is. There we go. Now we got him down. Now we switch over to armor piercing. And we keep hitting him. Hopefully he goes down nice and quick, and we don't have to worry about him coming back ever again. How much health does he have left? He's got 6,000 health, so he dies this turn. Unless we don't hit him like that at the time. There we go. Now he's down. 4 flagships remaining. We should be able to still handle this. Looks like we survived the brunt of the damage just by running away like that. Getting away from all those stationary defenses seems to have been a pretty solid idea. We'd probably lose a little bit of damage potential there, but honestly, I think it's probably worth it. Drop some more damage on them with armor-piercing rounds. There we go. One more ship coming to face us. Let's activate our minigun again. That thing is quite effective on these guys. But yeah, this should give us a huge payout, but it might be very difficult for us to do this kind of thing repeatedly, as seen, they are very powerful. Let's get the armor-piercing rounds on again. That works a bit better here. Did I just shoot that rocket out of the sky? I think that's really cool. Alright, there's 2 flagships left. We're going to head back over in this direction. We have 2 more boosts with the afterburner. We have very little else. I could use the afterburner to get over here quicker. I think the... holy cow, okay. Afterburner time. Maximum overdrive. Go! There we go. Alright, did we find a ship? We did. Alright, so we're going to turn off the super engines. Power up the weapons and the shields, because since we already have Afterburner turned on, we can afford to have our firepower on mega speed. Because we don't need to have normal mobility. Now we have no mobility at all. Alright, these are the last 2 ships we have to beat. Can we do it without getting obliterated? Hopefully, yes. We are going to switch over to armor-piercing rounds to try and take this guy down quick. We do need a bit more mobility now, though, so let's switch ourselves back down there. Come on now. Man, this guy's fast. He does not want to get shot at, apparently. There we go. Didn't last for long, though. Let's activate the spread shot again, kill off this last remaining flagship. Watch out for that missile. Thank you very much. There we go. Now he's down, and we're going to come over this way, switch over to armor-piercing rounds again, and wipe them off the map. Perfect. That gives us 1,836 scrap. I keep saying scrap. Credit. And that's pretty good. We killed a whole ton of ships. Awesome. So, that puts us in a better spot here. We can keep fighting them. They have 7.3 billion military strength, which is crazy. It's definitely going to make things hard for us, but if we can keep beating them down like this, we should be okay. We do have a lot of other military strength on our ships, but nowhere near that much. These guys are powerful. Powerful on the surface of their planet, apparently. So, however, we are going to have to end this episode here for now. Thank you all very much for watching. This has been Vanguard of Valor playing some Last Federation for you. If you've enjoyed the series so far, let me know what you think about it in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye.